Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, and I'm channeling the man in the moon. I want to send this out to Igor. He requested that I read on Ukraine today. I'm going to ask everybody now to just take a moment and send love to the people of Ukraine who are fighting for their integrity and freedom. This can look any way you like. Right? Just think of love and think of those people fighting over there and just send it to them. Often I find this works. So I take a look at the future of Ukraine, starting with now. Ask what the next few days are going to look like. So it's become very personal, this fight. The housewives are fighting this war now. I see this. I think this is important. Uh, Part of this is Dave speaking, part of this is me channeling, but Dave speaking, maybe also Dave channeling, is wants to let Ukrainians know that everybody's watching. And this is the one advantage that Ukrainians have. They have the sympathy of the world. So when the world sees people out there fighting like this, and sort of direct personal contact, it makes a big difference. I'd like to let the Ukrainian people know, if they're watching, it's all about the media. If they can get their message out to the media, if they can interview regular people talking about life right now, if they can show what is being done to their country, if they can show individuals peacefully approaching, and maybe not peacefully approaching, these tanks, that will make all of the difference. There is a window. There is a window for a peaceful solutions. Maybe not all situations, but in some situations, it might be that if citizens go and speak to the soldiers in a strong but peaceful fashion, that some of the soldiers will not agree to fight. They won't necessarily join the other side, but they will cease from firing. This is hurting the soldiers emotionally. They don't want to go. They don't want this fight. They don't believe in what Putin is doing. They don't believe they're helping anyone. There are peaceful solutions, maybe not to all situations, but to some situations. Look to Martin Luther King and his protests. You can also look to Malcolm X and his protests, Gandhi. All of these people used the media, and they used peace to change the minds of the people of the world. This is going to have more impact than we know right now. People of Ukraine are going to be those people who everybody views as fighting for the right to democracy. For some reason, all the totalitarian urges are coming to a head in our time, and people of the United States had a somewhat peaceful stop, reasonably peaceful stop to the totalitarianism that was going to take over that country. For some reason, Ukraine has become the focal point for the universe between truly what is free people and what is an evil and totalitarian leader. The clash is on your land now. It's very important that you use some of the methods of peaceful resistance. Of the less peaceful measures, I will not say now, but in terms of peace, everybody is watching. The most important thing is that things are filmed, that when the troops from Russia do something wrong, that is sent out into the media so that it can be reproduced, and so that people can see it. Acts of generosity and kindness If there are acts of peace that are successful, if people successfully are able to convince soldiers not to fight, this will be extremely useful. All methods, all peaceful methods should be attempted. If you stand and ask the tanks to stop, there will be some successes. I don't want anybody to risk their life, but there are some successes ahead for you. Everybody is watching. And keep in mind, this time is different. The page has been turned. People are no longer thinking about other problems. They're thinking only about this one problem. They are ready and they're willing to watch. This is the most important advice. I believe it's mostly spirit, but it's somewhat Dave can give to you. Use peaceful methods if they are appropriate. If you can find a way to do this, it will greatly help your cause. The world is with you. So what's going to happen? Explosions, there are terrible explosions. The people in the cities should go underground when these explosions are occurring. There will be casualties. This will draw a good deal of outrage from the people of the world, because the people who will be oppressed, people who will die, will just be regular children, men, women, anyone. They will be the next. And believe me, this will weigh on the conscience of the soldiers and even the Russian people if they see these images. And there is a good deal of hope in that Putin is not doing well. He is not getting the success he believed he would get. The Russian mood has changed. They are no longer interested in demonstrations of power. They also, like the United States, have gone a bit past the macho, hyper-masculine ideals that worked in the last century. They are getting beyond them. Nobody in Russia really wants this war except Putin. It's not looking great for him. As a matter of fact, I think it's looking really, really bad. Putin is quite frantic. He is a dangerous man in the sense that he's getting a bit desperate. But no one is happy about this. Not his people, not anybody on the planet. He's still a very dangerous man. And this is affecting his power base. Oligarchs are talking. And they're very angry. And they're going to get more angry as the economic sanctions continue. It is important to notice that Biden is right, that Biden would have been unwise to go full force to support them. It could have wound up in World War III. Instead, Biden has chosen to let the people of the planet decide. I personally hope he will give them more support, if only underground support. But this will actually be good in a sense of the political calculus will change, not just in the US, but for the whole planet. More importantly, the idea of the macho leader is being tested before it is put to bed. And now y'all know Putin puts a lot of protection around himself. He works very much in black magic. So it's a little bit difficult to see what he's going to do. I'm going to concentrate on what's going to happen. Panic. I see panic, and I don't think that this is in uh, Ukraine. This panic is in Moscow. The currency has gone so crazy that people in Moscow are getting very worried. They're frantic. They're frantic to just to get things like food. And there's much more to this. There's something else that's going to happen that no one is expecting. It is even more dramatic than the beginning of this war. And Putin may escalate things. It will be continuous. It's not going to end in a few days. Mm, the Ukrainians are working quietly, solidly, somewhat underground. They are not going to welcome these troops. These troops will not feel welcomed, and they will begin to uh, become less and less motivated, especially as they get stories from home about the economic problems that are taking place. I think some of the troops, the Russian troops, may well change their minds. This is really amping up the pressure on Putin. But it looks like some of the troops, the Russian troops, have said that they will no longer fight. I think some of the troops are actually from, Chechnya. So they're actually mercenaries. They don't really, um, they're not typical Russians in that sense. So they're being sent there to die for Putin. Not all of them really want to continue this for very long. Again, if you are Ukrainian and you can get a chance to talk to these Russian troops, talk to them, tell them, appeal to them, tell them that Putin is using them, ask them, why they're there. You can change their minds, especially if you appeal to them. I call on all Ukrainian mothers, speak to them like you would speak to your son, like you would speak to your son when you're worried about him and he's going in the wrong direction. This will not go Putin's way. It will take some time, but it won't take forever. Things will change dramatically in a few months, maybe in 1 month. I see that President Zelensky is still fighting. He's not giving up. He is becoming a hero for Ukrainians and a hero for the world. One message too is that he stood up to Donald Trump. He didn't do his bidding. If he can stand up to Donald Trump, after all, no one else did. If he can stand up to Trump, he can stand up to Putin. And he has played it politically very wisely. This is a really a good thing for Ukraine. It is a sort of miracle. It will unite these people. It's uniting foreign countries, Europe, against Putin, and for Ukraine. They will keep helping, and they will offer a lot of sympathy. They will be bringing in supplies. Time is not up for Ukraine. There is a good deal more that they can do. They have much more power over Putin than they know. It's time for the people to demonstrate their powers. Again, I speak not of the warlike actions. That is not my job. Uh, I leave that to someone else. But in terms of the peaceful actions, uniting, working against a common enemy, using the media to persuade the world will make a great deal of difference. Long live the heroes of Ukraine.